Hi, Hali Haliba. Okay, thank you very much everyone for joining the guest call today. Before we start the meeting, this is just a small recap based on our data that we presented this morning, which is a bit weird. And from the data scientists, the no classification have been reduced from 107 to 10. So this is all like mostly almost final because we only have 1 week left until the end of the semester. But we see here the unrecognized needs increased from the previous reported 9.12% to 14.48%. And meet expectation is similar from 7.81 to 12.02%. And we have the thickest in meet desire, which is congruent with the previous manual method at from 46.25% to 63.1%, which is a close value with the manual one from the 2 semesters ago. Looking at this, we realize several things that we actually are better at transforming people into the meet desire part. But where the services that we have that transform from meet desire to unrecognized needs has a lot of room for improvements. So this can actually be applied from all the funnel. You can actually from the awareness you can get guests whose orientation is looking forward to unrecognized needs, and from the inquiry conversion you can actually provide these services to be transformed to unrecognized this as well, transformation and advocacy, so on and so forth. But this the shape, and what we will do next is actually also get the result from the 2 semester ago and look at the using the same tool. We will try to evaluate, and from there we can see whether we actually improve or not, because currently this is two different tools. And currently the review is more than the previous two semesters ago. So in general, that's still okay. We'll see more details after we have evaluated for 2 semesters ago using the same tool. But looking at the compared to the previous week's reporting, so far it's all good. That's just a short recap and summary from these mornings all hands affix. And I see here that there are already some follow-ups from last week's KPI inspection. And for strategy C, not yet being evaluated, yeah, latest, yeah, because for this one, the drone is actually already done, right? This is the action has been done.
Yes. Is it the Kula? Then
No, I
drone
thought,
Yes, yes,
yeah, yeah,
yes.
and also
360.
the 360, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Tapi
yeah.
belum di-update aja. For
Oh, yeah.
the soft launching new property strategy, itu udah belum ya?
It's
Ah,
still discussed with BD ya, Mas Gani ya.
yeah. So the update is still brainstorming between me, Lilis, Nadine, and Mas Tendi. But we haven't conclude any decision yet. Itu baru sebatas
Right.
brainstorming.
Okay, thank you very much for the short update. We'll still look forward to the results of this one after the discussion. But for the rest of the results, I have evaluated prior to this meeting. So we'll go on with the updates from today, starting from awareness over to Gani. Yeah.
Okay, wait. Let me open. Okay, from the awareness, first is from the Airbnb. The action point is pretty much same with last week. The result is Airbnb page view is increased by 2.5%, but the inquiry conversion and instant book rate is decreased around 1%. But the insight that I got is the number of listing pages and the inquiry keep but the inquiry and Istanbul keep decreasing, but this is no insight on solution yet. The next from Facebook, the action point is pretty much same with last week, but I saw the views is increased by 18% and the inquiry also increased by 4%. But I believe this one is effect of we more investing time on listing maintenance.
Yep.
And continue for the Instagram. Last week we launched Instagram ads for Nyepi. 19 sampai 22 Februari. And here is the insight from the apa namanya Nyepi poster yang dibikin di Canva. So we have total 96 views, but I need from HR team to double check how many inquiry that we got from Nyepi promo gitu ya yang stay 7 by 5. Okay, but from the Instagram itself, the insight is apa namanya good posting performance. I mean, when we posting reels, when we post story, feed, it is good performance, but low engagement. That's why the number of profile visit is decrease. That itself is it's quite good. And it's also affect the number of inquiry is decreased by 30%. The last one is on the website. On the website, the action point is update price and add some listing. But the interesting things is we got organic traffic increase 105%. But even no project to support it. There is no apa namanya project on SEO optimization, but the organic traffic is increased. So perhaps this one is need deeper analysis. And the last one is about the experiment. You can take a look on the
Yep.
experiment part. So first about Traveloka. Ini masih tanya-tanya ke market manager. And the second one is create 360 property photos. It's ready to implement feature on website, but I need pairing with Nadia how to put the Kula link on the website. And the last one, outreach past guest project by Reza. Even we have pivot the message and we have blessed to 100 guests, but still no response, still low reply. So we need help to deeper analysis about it. Yep, that's from the awareness.
Okay, thank you very much, Kagani. I have two questions for now. Number one, for Instagram, there's a significant decrease, about 25%. Are there any change in prioritization or maybe adoption that is not done for this past week for Instagram?
Let's go over to Kak Wei to give the chance to giving the update about Instagram.
Yep, over to Kawe.
Yeah, actually, I don't know why is it decrease. I've been posting properties for like 4 days a week.
Still
Plus
same,
real,
yeah, like
yeah,
previously, yeah.
but this week I tried the other strategy using the
Uh,
itu yang Mas Gani kasih journey guest journey traveler. So it's like Monday I have to post activities in Bali or Tuesday posting information about flight or something, and Wednesday about properties and so on. So I don't know.
Okay,
I will
this that's
try.
interesting because we see the decrease, and then we also it coincides with the time where we actually tried new things. Yeah. Back to Kagani. Do you, like this experiment? This considered as an experiment, right? This experiment. Do you want to continue this, or you want you need BI to evaluate whether the experiment actually has the correlation with the result, or there's a lag time between the actions done last week with the results of the experiment? There is three options there.
I would consider to stop the experiment and back to the basic. The past two.
I can't hear your voice, Kagani, for some reason.
Hello.
Yep.
Check.
Yes.
Check. I will consider to stop the experiment
Okay.
and back to basic like 2 weeks previous ya Kak Wei ya.
Okay. Yeah. Let's
Jadi
try that first. Yeah.
ya.
Let's revert back, and then don't forget to include the results of the experiment in the documentation for posting or awareness in Instagram, so that in the future no one will try the same thing again, right? But let's try for next week, this week, to revert back to the original best practice. And if it increase again, then we kind of know that maybe the experiment has an impact on the results. let's try that first, yeah. For awareness, but then also for Airbnb, I think I will need BI. I will need BI to go to awareness again for this week to evaluate this one, see, because this one, yeah, maybe it's difficult. We have tried this like for several weeks, and let's continue on this so that maybe there will be a positive result for this from this one. So this week awareness will have PI. Yeah. Any questions from anyone for the awareness chapter? Yes, Kawe.
I have a question about the experiment. Actually, the experiment is actually not done yet.
Yep.
About the Instagram. It's only this Monday, yesterday, that I have post not property related. So I don't think we have the result about the experiment.
Okay. Right. If we have time later, in this sub discussion, let's discuss with PI so that we can know whether there is a correlation between the current experiment with the result. Yeah, Kak. Well, yeah. If there is none, then let's create a sub discussion because yeah, this is confusion whether the current experiment actually impacts the results or not. It might be that this result this week is not because of the experiment, but because of activities 2 weeks ago, maybe, or 3 weeks ago, because there's lag time as well. But yeah, let's have BI evaluate as well for this one, Kabe. Yeah. So that's one dependencies, yeah, to awareness chapter to evaluate the results from experiment on Instagram and investigate whether there are correlation with its effect. This can be assessed by BI. Got it, ya, Nadine, ya?
Got it,
And
sir.
then
Sir Coco.
yo, okay. And then for this week, I'll have BI assist the awareness chapter again with the views to inquiry conversion. Because the view keep increasing, but the inquiries keep decreasing as well. Any question for awareness? None. Okay, none. Then let's move on to the next stage, conversion. Over to Nadine.
Okay, thank you, Coffee D. So yes, this is the update for the conversion in this third week of February. We have increased significantly from the previous week. I think the previous week was the was the worst ya.
Yep.
Dari semua weekly updates yang kita pernah update, and then but we increased this week. For like example, Airbnb conversion, this is the highest conversion we have in the past 2 months, and then the others is also increased significantly. And the analysis is that I already put there. Coffee D, if you can scroll down. So this is general analysis. So setting the daily coverage based on the PIC for each platform is more effective and take a big role in the significant improvement basically. Jadi biasanya dulu kita coverage-nya itu rolling seperti itu.
Yep.
Tapi sekarang PIC-nya tetap untuk jadi daily coverage-nya. Misalnya Nadine Airbnb, kalau Nadine lagi online hari itu ya akan Nadine terus gitu.
Yep.
And then it's decrease decrease chaos dan juga increase ownership basically. And then the second one, no adoption issue detected at the moment on the inquiry response quality. Now it's so much improved and also stable. Adoption is higher than the previous week. And also this is insight from Airbnb. Inquiry that converted within Airbnb is actually higher than the one that converted outside Airbnb.
Okay.
So it's actually a good sign. And then visit tracker in Koda. This is one initiated by Gray. It's also helping us to follow up after inspections. I think from among all the tools that we have been trying to track the visit, I think the one in Koda is the most effective one. And then we have started to count the direct inquiry, yang campaign-nya direct, yang kita nggak tahu dari mana itu, ngelihat advertisement-nya dan bookingnya juga direct. Kita udah start to calculate and the conversion is 62.5%. And then also low numbers of Asia exchange inquiries. Makanya kita ada conversionnya 50% karena inquiry-nya masih 2. And to be improved, actually, to readiness for the sales board and also the tool adoption after that for better teams performance accuracy. And then boost, I think this is also just an insight for the other chapter, yeah, boost awareness on ASC exchange and engagement in agent sales, and faster feedback cycle of supply issue between BD and HR regardless what type of the partnership. Jadi ini nanti akan dibicarakan. And then for the insight, besides the Airbnb one, overall Bali area is still the most inquired area rather than Jogja. So that's the update. Back to you, Kofidi.
Right, thank you very much. Quite comprehensive, yeah, Nadine, and congratulations to the reservations team. So this particular operation, it reverts back to the previous one, the one that is not rolling, yeah. So this is
Yes.
Okay, that's nice. Uh, okay, so we learned something. We changed and we revert back to the old guideline. There's already two occurrences like this today, from awareness also conversion. And actually, I would like to have review, because I believe the Asia Exchange awareness seminar is already like 2 weeks ago, yeah, Kak Gani, yeah. Was it?
Yep.
Let's do
Yep,
a
yeah.
review this week, yeah, Kak Gani, yeah, based on the previously stated SLA and so on and so forth. So that would be this is not dependency only for conversion, but for awareness and conversion as well. So Nadine, can we have one dependency? Just write it down under conversion first. That we will have a meeting for Asia Exchange by this week. Uh, let's have a analysis result by Friday deh, or Saturday deh, by Saturday.
This is internal meeting kok
Ya,
maksudnya.
internal meeting
Yang
yang involve di project itu.
okay.
Karena kita belum evaluate yang untuk gelombang pertama. Okay, and then any questions for the conversion chapter or anything that anyone wants to add? Maybe from Jessica or something.
Question
No question?
for
Yes, okay.
the pie chart, Nadine. The Bali area still the most inquired area itu ya, yang di pie chart itu ya. Nah itu based on which channel, Nadine?
Ini sebetulnya dari yang Instagram Kagani, tapi yang lainnya nggak ada pie chartnya, tapi ada angkanya. Angkanya juga lebih banyak yang Bali.
But considering that the number of listings that we have in Bali is more than in Jogja, isn't this normal, Nadine?
Sorry, Kofidi?
Number of listing kita kan properti kita banyak di Bali dibanding Jogja.
Yes, betul. Jadi itu make sense sih.
Yeah,
think.
this makes sense, right? Yeah, unless it's
Yeah.
per area, like you compare
Yep.
Canggu to Jogja, the one that has similar number of property count, then maybe that would be more significant for this one.
Oh, more specific ya for the area you mean.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes,
Because
I will
it is
try
not apple to apple, see. Because we have bigger
okay.
market in Bali than Jogja, right? If the number inquiry in Bali is
Okay.
more, then that's natural.
Ya, sorry baru sadar.
Yeah,
Okay,
dinormalize,
thank
correct.
you.
Kalau dari liris, betul. Yeah,
Okay,
thank you,
thank you.
Nadine.
I will get back with the more specific update
Yep.
next week.
Thank you very much, Nadine. From Jessica, I believe there is an update for the Facebook inquiry inspection. Yeah, Jessica, yeah.
Yeah, so this was my dependency for last week. I went on to check for Facebook inquiries. I tried with baru 3 properties though. It seems like, from my analysis, it seems like guests are more casual here and potential for hit and run. That's true. It's higher. So guests are less serious than when they inquire on Airbnb, from my observation. And we still have, for now, the current system that I discussed with Kak Gray is that whenever there are inquiries to follow up, I need to tag and categorize on Trello. But I'm wondering if there's like a better system, maybe a tool that we can design to for a better and faster way to prioritize these inquiries. Because I mean, checking one by one, I think is a bit quite challenging to keep track of all the properties. Yeah.
Okay. I for this one, Nadine, since the inquiry conversion have went up from the previously mentioned previous report, after this, please have an adoption meeting with the reservations team pertaining to this one. Yeah, the one that you write. You will try to improve the tool readiness for sale ready board. This will. This is a bit similar to the inquiry management that Jessica is talking about. And I would like Nadia to spend time with the users here to investigate whether there are easier ways for them to manage the inquiry, because this is also related to the sales dashboard.
I see.
So
Okay,
for
so it
conclusion, we'll go to the tech team. Yes,
tools,
Nadine?
right? Yeah.
Yep, correct.
Okay.
Any question, Nadine? None?
Got it, got it. Udah.
Okay, anything else, Jessica?
Yeah, for Airbnb, I think it's true what Kanadin said, that the the quality of responses, they have, from my analysis, they have little effect on whether the guest is going to inquire more or their decision to book in the end. But the main friction here is the response time and the follow-up rate that I still find a bit problematic.
Okay, this is still
So
related
yeah,
with
again,
inquiry
back
management perhaps,
to,
yeah.
yeah.
Yep. Lilis, Jessica is from BI, but can we borrow Jessica to join the conversation chapter as opposed to the awareness chapter after this? Well, the other BI chapter can join the awareness chapter.
Yes, yes.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. Jessica, please join the tools after this to see and perhaps you have insights on the inquiry management. Anything else? Any questions for conversation chapter? None? If there are none, let's move on to the transformation chapter. Over to Muti.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. So the cancellation for this week is decreased compared to second week of February. The cancellation rate is decreased, I believe, is because of the check-in guest is increasing. For the reason and also the persuasion for cancel booking, I still follow the same guideline. And for
Yep.
the guest extended is increased compared to the second week of February, and guest extended rate is not sorry it's increased actually for the insights I write it wrong, but I believe I believe the guest extent is increased is because I already hosting team already implement the approach to the guests that want to check in the 7 days. We approach the guests and ask them to extend. From 7 guests, we got 2 guests that extend because we approached them. And for the guest certain is time, same as second week of February, there is no certain at the moment. And for the guest repeater, is decreased compared to second week of February and first week also. Hosting team still working with awareness to boost repeater and currently will give unrecognized moments such as celebrate their special event to boost the repeater in the future. Like that, Kavidi.
Yep. Okay. Thank you very much, Muti. Pretty much similar update with last week. Yeah. We have difficulty in the guest extension and also the guest repeater.
Correct.
Currently, there's already a guideline. I believe Kakatandi will report that from advocacy later on. That will help advocate advocates as well, right? For repeater as well. Guest extension is increased. Why do you think it's increasing, Muti? Is it because we're adopting better, or because we have a new tool for this is under experiment?
Yeah, it's because of the experiment yesterday meeting. Actually, we approach the guests to extend as well. 7 days before the guests want to check out, and for the daily in the morning when I was like morning message them like versus like do you have a plan to extend something like that.
I see. Okay, so currently we have the existing guideline is the half day stay coverage, the one that is in Slack, right? So
Mm.
do you think it can be improved? Like how do you think it can be improved here?
Yeah, KVD, I already tried both, yeah. 7 days and also the 15 days one. But for
Yep,
the 15 days, the result is the guest is said that like it's
they don't know
too.
yet.
Yes, they don't know yet because it's too long from the checkout date.
Okay, interesting. So yeah, if we conclude that the experiment for the like what is the optimal Hamin berapa yang paling optimal,
Mhm.
nanti bisa di suggest to the product development team to change the reminder ya.
Okay,
Okay.
noted, KVD.
Okay, please continue on that. This one have experiment card for this guest
Yes, yes.
extension. Okay.
I already create the Trello card.
Okay, for now, please continue dulu ya, Mutia, for this one.
Okay, KVD.
So there is no, you can discuss within your chapter asynchronously, but it's not mandatory for sub discussion after this. Any questions for the transformation chapter? None. If there are none, let's move on to the advocacy chapter. Over to Katendi.
Okay, thank you, Vidi. For the advocacy, for the check, could you zoom in a little bit?
Oh,
Oh yeah, for the check-in rating, is still achieved from last week, but is decreasing 0.0. I detect that's because there is one review regarding the check-in rate on the Padang-Padang view that the guest that the staff is not there when the guest check in. So, but either that host team I check it that's already informed about the guest arrival, but I think it seems staff is late to come. And then yeah, CM team offer the installing the key box to make this guest
self
easier to
check-in,
check
yeah.
in. Just
Mhm.
to make yeah, either if there's staff there, it's good. But if not, then we can just use the key box like that. And then for the next one about the communication, yeah, that's still chief 4.84, but it's decreasing because we got one rating for from the Tegas Asri guest because of the wrong what's called wrong information on the listing that stated in the listing that's entire place, but in the reality it's there is still there is some gas there. So when the gas using the pool, then there is other person, other gas there. So like that. And then the next action is Om Rafiq already previously Om Rafiq already sent the request to the content team to change the description on the
Yep.
listing
Okay.
because the gas is booked for the all room. And then the next one for the review conversion rate, it's not much changes, but for this week we will steadily keep implementing the guideline because it's
Sorry.
already improving the guideline by sending the thank you message and also sending the reminder for the living review.
Yep.
Yeah, by hosting team. And then for the guest referral, we it's not achieved yet, but it's increasing from the last week from 0 to 2 guest referral. So we got 2 guest referral from one of the guests in Kakol, and then already convert to the booking, and then the guest referral book for a month, 2 guests book for a month. So and then for the action, we had to give the recognition and reward for the guests that advocate our properties for the free ride to the airport. And then the guest it's very happy to get that. And then for the guest share experience, it's we got 4 in total, but it's increasing from the last week, 2 more guests share the experience because of the we celebrate the birthday, and then also guests take a photo on our property in Rumah Taman Kutu and mention using hashtag Bukit Vista on their posting like that. And then I think that the friction is I inspect the on the Instagram, and then I saw there's some guests posting the stories and mention Bukit Vista, but uh, what's
Expired.
called I didn't detect it. Yes, and then I
Okay.
already coordinate with Dimas because Dimas is PIC of the Instagram. He in charge fully monitoring the Instagram, and then tell me if there is any guest that repost it
Yeah.
because yeah that's true, right, in primary and general just check on general ini tab
Right.
gitu loh kayak
Okay.
gitu ya.
For this one, yeah, maybe there it is for the guideline for reporting from the awareness chapter to the advocacy chapter, yeah, for this one. And then we also have a new guideline for guest referral, ya, Kak Randy, ya?
Yeah, so for the guest referral
Yep.
we also detect the source where the guest referral comes like that.
Yep. And this too is because we're following the tool, or this is like random occurrence.
I think because this is we following the
The
tools
adoption, yeah, we're adopting well, yeah, for this one, yeah.
yeah.
Okay. This is good for a new tool. Let's observe this and whether this SLA can will be achieved if we get better in adopting the tool for this one. For the communication rating and check-in rating, I already saw it before this meeting. That's okay. But what's concerning is that this is just a PSA as well for everyone. Let's see. I shared my screen to Reader's review. This is the review rating for January. From January 1st until January 31st, yeah, we have the overall rating of 4.81 with value and cleanliness and so on and so forth. Each chapter, please look at your own component. And let's compare it to February for now, yeah, at least. For now, we see that there is a drastic change in the overall rating. I believe it's 4.6. Yes, correct, 4.6. The improvement is on the check-in and also communication, but the one that decreases a lot, I think, in cleanliness and accuracy, I believe, yeah. So for all the chapters that have relevancy to this particular review component, please observe this as well because Airbnb is one of our biggest platform. This can give you a signal on whether there are things that we can actually tackle on this one. But for now, for the advocacy chapter, let's keep at it. Continue in the guideline adoption for now because there is two indication of it that it's increasing and increasing. Well, this one is a bit decreasing, but there is also we know that for review conversion rate there is actually a window of 2 weeks after the month actually end that we can still ask the guests to do review. And for the communication rating and check rating, that's okay. So it's not mandatory for the advocacy chapter to meet after this one, this meeting. That's it for now. Any question for advocacy chapter? None? If there are none, then Nadia, could you help me to create the breakout room? Just to remind everyone for awareness chapter, we will have BI accompany the awareness chapter for the entire week to tackle the issue on low view to inquiry conversion. And we will have product development to accompany conversion chapter this week to and also plus Jessica to handle the inquiry management. So that's the extra resource allocation for this week. And for the rest, let's keep adopting the tool. So, yeah.
Sorry, Vinny. So how many breakout we need? The management, strategy, and tools, right? 3?
Yeah, but for today, it's a strategy and tool that will be
Okay.
required. Yeah. If the other chapter, transformation chapter or advocacy chapter, wants to do sub discussion with the chapter themselves, you can do it in other platform as well. But that's that for today, and let's go to our breakout room for now. Thank you very much, everyone.